My name is Sean, and I'm a senior planner for the City of Medicine Hat. I want to take an opportunity to answer some questions on the Strong Towns Community Action Lab the City of Medicine Hat is participating in. Is Strong Towns the same as 15-minute cities? No. This program has absolutely nothing to do with 15-minute cities. A 15-minute city is simply one where the amenities we need daily, like a grocery store, schools, parks, are all located within a 15-minute walk or a bike ride from our home. That's a pretty good description of most areas in Medicine Hat today, and I think that's a great thing, but it doesn't have anything to do with this initiative. Who and what is Strong Towns? Strong Towns is a registered nonprofit urban planning advocacy group that's dedicated to making communities financially strong and resilient. A large part of their platform is dedicated to education. They host a library of thousands of free articles, podcasts, and videos. They also have a Strong Towns Academy where they offer courses to dive into specific topics. Their content is designed for anyone with an interest in making their city better. Not just planners like myself or engineers, but all of our residents, business owners, community groups, and anyone else interested. Strong Towns was established by Charles or Chuck Marone, a civil engineer and a city planner, and the author of several popular books. If you're interested in reading his books, they're available at our public library. In addition to guiding us through this Community Action Lab, Chuck will also be presenting at our public events in February, June, and November. What is the Community Action Lab? I like to think of the Community Action Lab as a kind of mentorship program between Strong Towns and the City of Medicine Hat. Strong Towns has a bunch of educational resources available on their website. As they gained more and more popularity, many cities started reaching out to them, hoping they could help teach and implement these principles. So last year, they announced the creation of the Community Action Lab, where they would select a few specific cities to partner with over a 2-year intensive learning program. What's taking place over the next 2 years? This 2-year Community Action Lab consists of 2 phases. The first year is purely educational, where Strong Towns will be coaching us on various topics from their library. 16 City of Medicine Hat employees form part of an action team. These members have agreed to take on some homework to learn about case studies from other cities around the world. The members of this team will then meet online with Strong Towns every 2 weeks. During these meetings, we will deliberate what we learned about, talk about what we felt was good, suggest what they could have done better, and discuss what we can take away and perhaps apply here in Medicine Hat. In the second year of the program, we enter the implementation phase. This is where Strong Towns will take a more hands-off approach and allow us to begin implementing some of the principles we learned about during the previous year. They will guide us and provide additional resources when needed. Throughout the 2-year program, a leadership team will meet every 2 months for an update on our progress. They will be kept informed of the things we're working on and begin to consider how they themselves can become involved. And of course, Strong Towns is hosting 3 in-person events throughout 2023. We had over 500 people register and participate in our kickoff event in February. Who's on the action team? 16 City of Medicine Hat employees form part of the action team. In general, these are senior staff members, but not in a top leadership position. We have members from our planning and engineering departments, parks and recreation, fire services, community development, our environmental group, land and business development, finance, and transit. Members of this team were chosen because they want to tackle challenges we're facing as a city. Also, they work within a department that can help us get on the right track for our financial sustainability as a city. The goal here is to teach a core group within the city on how to apply the Strong Towns approach right here in Medicine Hat. Who's on the leadership team? The Strong Towns leadership team is made up of over 60 prominent local people representing the various facets of our community. Members come from backgrounds in housing, tourism, education and health, economic development, environmentalism, social services, and lots more. These are elected officials, department heads, and anyone in a leadership capacity from a local stakeholder group that wants to be regularly briefed on our progress throughout the Community Action Lab. Members of the leadership team will meet online with Strong Towns every 2 months. The goal here is to keep our decision makers informed on our progress throughout this program, provide them an opportunity for questions, and for these leaders to begin thinking about how they can help throughout this initiative. Why is the City of Medicine Hat participating in the Community Action Lab? A large part of the Strong Towns approach is the financial implications for our development patterns. Namely, that the way we're growing as a city is financially unsustainable. In 2022, we had a municipal budget of $80 million and we spent 89. We have savings, but we obviously can't do that forever. And don't make the mistake of thinking this financial shortfall is due to a single reason. This isn't due to one specific political decision or an individual city department. If it's any consolation, almost every North American city is in the same position. These are challenges we already started to address in some of our municipal plans, like the Medicine Hat Municipal Development Plan, or MDP, that we adopted in 2020. I want to keep this video brief, so I don't want to get into those examples right now, but the MDP is available online, and we even have some videos that address some of these topics. I'll share those in the video description. The concepts we included in our MDP resonated with our City Council when they drafted their own strategic plan. They included many of these same goals as those in our MDP. They even include a quote from Chuck Marohn, the founder of Strong Towns, in that very document. So our City Council directed us to apply for this program, and we were selected from almost 20 cities. Participating in this program will help accelerate the implementation of our existing policies and help identify where else we can make some strides towards financial solvency. So why did we spend money on the Community Action Lab if we're already running a deficit? Participating in this Community Action Lab does come at a cost. Although Strong Towns is a nonprofit, they still have staff and ongoing expenses. The cost of this 2-year program is $212,000. As I mentioned earlier, the City of Medicine Hat has an annual budget of $80 million, and in 2022 we spent $89. That's a $9 million deficit, and that's been the case for several years. So let's put some of these numbers into perspective and think of a family budget. Imagine a family that has an annual household income of $80,000, and last year they spent all of that money plus an extra $9,000, and they've been doing this for several years now. I think it's wise for this family to spend $200 on a financial planner who can help fix this problem. The savings made from the changes they make will quickly reimburse investing in that service, and those benefits will be enjoyed by their children and their grandchildren in perpetuity. What's the problem with the way Medicine Hat and other cities are growing? Around the mid-century, the way our cities grew changed in a very fundamental way. This was the first time a land developer would subdivide a large portion of land, build all of the infrastructure, the roads, sidewalks, the sewers, and the electric lines, and then sell individual parcels for development. Once built, the responsibility of maintaining this infrastructure was handed over to the city. The growth management study we undertook in 2019 identified that there isn't a single residential neighborhood in all of Medicine Hat where enough tax revenue is generated to properly operate and maintain the infrastructure located there. And that only addresses ongoing maintenance. All of the infrastructure in those areas were all built at once, meaning it will all need to be replaced at the same time. So we have to ask ourselves, how do we pay for that? Historically, cities grew much more incrementally. Small parcels would be developed and evolve to accommodate our changing needs. It's much more manageable to accommodate this type of growth because it doesn't involve huge liabilities that become the city's responsibility to maintain. What will be the outcome of the Community Action Lab? The result of this program will be our capacity to make more informed decisions towards our financial sustainability. Things will not change overnight from participating in this program. Just like our municipal development plan is a 30-year plan for the city, this too will result in long-term changes that may take many years to fully realize. There's a great quote in the Strong Towns book that states, "No neighborhood should experience radical change, but no neighborhood is exempt from change." Our city will not drastically change from one day to the next. This is just part of our long-term evolution as a city. And like I mentioned, the Strong Town principles are not drastically different from many of the policies and strategies we already have in place. We're already on the right track, and participating in this program with Strong Towns will help us find more tools that we can use to our advantage. Is Strong Towns about more than financial resiliency? Yes. The City of Medicine Hat is first and foremost participating in this program for the financial implications. We're doing this to learn to be better stewards of our land, better design our transportation systems, and grow our economy to become more resilient. But Strong Towns is about more than just that. It's also about grassroots solutions that are brought forth by residents just like you and I. We've prepared a quick start guide called 5 Steps to Becoming a Strong Community Citizen. In this guide, we share some resources where residents can be inspired from other initiatives led by people from all over the world. We also have links to information on creating community associations and details on community vibrancy grants and micro grants that are now available in Medicine Hat. There is also a link to local conversations on the Strong Towns platform where residents can be put in contact with other locals who want to make a change in our city. I know this was a lot of information to cover, and I appreciate you watching this video. I've shared some resources in the video description that may help you learn more about this program, find out about some resources we have in place, and how you can participate in this Community Action Lab. Thanks a lot.